I don't know if you can see it here. Let's see. See the flashing right here? I marked it with a pen right here on this pipe. Then I'll use that as a guide when I glue it on. And I'll do the same thing down here. I'll mark this one too with the mark right there. So now when I glue them up, I'll glue one first, and then I'll try to keep this writing on top because that'll help for putting them eye bolts in. I was telling you, for lining them up. But I'll do one end first, and then I'll square it up, and then I'll do the other end. See, and then that'll take care of that. This is the trickiest part of the whole gluing process. This is not so tricky, other than watching out for them flashing pieces for the feet. But this, you got to make sure these aren't cocked. Otherwise, the whole thing's going to be screwed up. So you got to make sure about that. So I'm going to cut the tape, and I'm going to go wrestle with this and do it. Okay, I'm pre-shooting this. See how this is? Now this one's glued on this end. Okay. Now see how that's sitting square on the table? Now what I do is I run down here and I look and see how this one isn't. So basically, what I'll do is I'll just turn that thing. Let's see if I can get this in my hand. I'll turn this until it sits level on the table. See? I just keep doing it until it's perfectly on both ends. Now, see? That's square there on that end. It doesn't look square, but it's sitting flat. It just looks that way like it ain't. And that is sitting flat over there too. See? That's how I make sure. Now what I do is on top here is I run a mark by this flashing, and I'll run a pencil mark here. And then when I glue this end on, all I do is match it to mark, and it'll be square. Plus, you can also rush and put it on the table here real quick and make sure it's perfectly square. But a line will do it. So I'm going to go do that, and if it works out, if it don't, if not, I'll edit the tape and say it worked out and just lie to you and do it over again. Okay. Okay, here's the completed product of glued. See? You go all the way down here, and this end is square too. There you go. See, now that's the most important thing. Now you can see how this will store away. You see how it stores away? Pipes plus the other pipes I got them over there off the side. The legs. I mean the poles going up. But you can see now this will store away real nice, compact in an area in the garage, in your bedroom, under your bed, in the closet, on the neighbor's roof, anywhere where you can find a place to hide it and put it. It'll store real nice. The biggest, bulkiest part is the light setup, but that's all right. There's no big deal. But you can see how nice it comes apart. And there you go. That's it. These are the only parts, by the way, that are glued. That's why I kept them like this. Everything else is loose, so you can take it apart. You can glue it permanently if you want to, if you don't mind, if you got the room, but we ain't got the room. Okay, now what I'm going to do next is I'm going to find the hole for the eye bolts to go in. Find the place to put it, and I'll show you how to do that next. Okay, here we are at the point where I'm going to mount the eye bolts. Now you want to lay the light assembly, you know, upside right. That's the way you want to do it. And then you want to lay this out so that it's evenly spaced on both ends. Just eyeball it like that, and then you'll mark where the eye bolts will be on the pole, and then you drill the holes, and that's about all you do. I'll mark the holes, drill them all through both sides. I get a big long drill, and that's what, a 1/4 inch bolt, so I'll get a 1/4 inch drill, and maybe a little bigger than 1/4 inch, so I don't have no resistance there, and then I'll drill it and do it. This is the toughest part, because you want to get these straight so it's not cocked. Over and out. Okay, one of the details when you're putting them eye hooks in is, you know, if you want to put a washer to go on through the bolt, you can buy the washers that are curved, or you can just bend your own. Just take a pair of pliers, pull it together like this, and just give it a little bend until it matches the bend you're trying to copy. See how it's bending a little bit, and then just hold it up to the pipe. Take it apart, hold it to the pipe, and see how it fits. There, see? Now there's your washer, custom made for the job. That way you can put a washer on there if you want to. You don't have to. You don't have to put a washer on there. Now, another thing too, you'll find that you got to have the eyelet open on here. So just any way you can do it. I don't know if you got a vise in your garage or whatever. I don't have a vise in the garage. If I had a garage, I'd be doing this in the garage, but I don't, so I'm doing it here. Basically, you just clamp that in like that, and I just get a screwdriver in there. Any way you can do it. Maybe you'll find the eyelets that are open already. And I know that's not a safe way of doing it, but you do what you can do. It usually works. Usually works. And there, it's starting to open. See, now it's starting to open a little bit. Once you get in there, get yourself another grip. Get yourself another grip like that. Get in there with a little bigger screwdriver if you have to, and give a little more pry. without mushing yourself. And if you're happy with it, you're good to go. But you get the general idea. Any way you can do this. Like I said, if you got a vise out in the garage, you'll be able to do this no problem at all. Then you can do it like nothing. There, see? There we go. There you go, see? There it is. That way you can get the chain on there, see? You need to do that. If it stays closed, you won't be able to get it on. And then this will go through here, and then the washer will go on that, and I drill the hole. I already drilled the one end, but I'll do the other end here. So that's it. If you want that bigger, you can do it bigger, whatever you want, because there's no way the chain's going to fly off it anyhow. So, but that's basically what you do, and that's how you make your custom curved washer. If you want to use a washer, it makes it look a little better, but you don't really have to use it. Okay, so that's it. Okay, here's the demonstration of drilling the hole. I've already marked, remember I marked it off? Now it's just a matter of starting off with your drill. I use that flashing as a guide. Get it started. The first hole's not that critical. Well, it's critical to get started, but the second hole down now, you want to use and sort of eyeball to make sure that is going straight like that. Straight as you can eyeball wise. And then once you get it where you're happy with it, then drill through the other side. And that's it. And then you just take the bolt. These eye bolts are a little bit longer than what I wanted. A little longer than I wanted. But that's alright. Then you put this up through that. If I have a Dremel tool, I'll cut them off. I don't want them that long. See how they stick up? That's alright. But see this here? This, the nut, the washer, it's all set. The nut. Put it on. Now just tighten it up. Make sure the thing is going the right way. You can do whatever way you want. You don't want to over tighten it either. Like I said, you're not holding on the, you're just stabilizing this. You don't want to pull it, crush the pipe, because you will crush the pipe before you do anything. So just snug. And I will take a Dremel tool and I'll cut these off so that they're not so long sticking out. So that's that for that. If you did it right, it's good to go. And there's how it looks. That end and that end. And that's it. And now they'll line up with the pipes over here. Okay, we're all done. Now all you do is just do the mount. Real simple. You got it like this. Put this in like this, however you want it. Wiggle it in there. Do the same with the other side. You'll push it in harder when you get it up. Any way you want it, doesn't matter. Put the feet in, the other foot in. Carefully lift it up without it falling. So like I said, it's a one-man job. One-man job. Once you get it up here at the level on the thing here, pound this in, pound it down. Get my cords out of the way so I don't pound them into the ground. Set these up, pound this in. And there, you have the setup. They're all set up now. There you go. Well, here's the finished product. As you can see, the chains. I went with a different chain because the eyelets are it's too tight, too much monkey around for tightness. So these came with little chains. I pieced them together, but I'm going to get bigger chain, heavier duty chain for that, just because I'll feel better with a heavier chain on it. And this vice grips, remember I told you when you got the cords hanging here? I mean, you've got to center these eye bolts, but still, with the cords, it'll vary. Here's the basic tools you need for doing the job. Regular saw for cutting the PVC piping. The glue, you don't need the primer if you don't want, you just get the glue. You can get a smaller can than that. Measuring tape, a screwdriver, a crescent wrench, and a drill to drill the holes. And basically that's about it, all you need for tools. Real simple tools. And just a piece of plywood. The whatever design, I can give you the measurements and everything, but mine is designed for my table, so the measurements will be a little bit different, but I'll give the basic measurements at the end of the video. You'll also need a little adapter here to plug the 3 lights in to one, and then I'm putting mine on a timer, so this will plug into this right here, and then I'll put it on a timer so that it'll come on and off all by itself. I won't have to keep turning it on. So that's another feature that you gotta get. This is about $2.50 at my local store, and this is was about $8. It's a digital one. You don't need a digital one. You can get them other ones that are mechanical like type, but this is I like this one. It's pretty good.